I was just texting my homie earlier, and I came to the conclusion that I am like a shot of Everclear, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not for everybody. Sometimes I may come off strong to certain people, blah blah blah, just being me, just being myself. But I cannot compromise who I am just to make you feel better. Especially at this point in my life. Either you gonna fuck with me, you gonna consider me family, you gonna embrace me as much as I embrace you, or you can be like, huh, that ain't my type. That ain't my cup of tea. And both reactions is fine. But the people who I consider, who I open up to, who I consider my loved ones, who I consider my friends, who I consider my family, and the more I grow, the more I learn, the bigger my heart gets. That group of people is larger and larger. It's not a small circle no more. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't even lie to myself. I used to, I used to love to be that antisocial person. Used to love my first. The title of my first album was called Introverted Inception. Introverted means, not extroverted means outgoing. Introverted is the opposite of outgoing. And inception means to begin. So I was beginning, barely dipping my toe in the water, but as I've grown and as I matured, my most recent album is titled Tanya's Son. And I think on that album is a narrative that I've been saying throughout my whole, music making progress process. And some of that narrative is this is who I am. This is what I am. My heart is on my sleeve. I cannot lie to you. I cannot do anything just to make you feel better. I can't cater to your feelings. I can only keep it real, honestly. And I think me being who I am, me being as I am, me portraying that to people in my life, that has really got me out of a lot of bullshit. Or not even got me out of a lot of bullshit, but just prevented bullshit from happening. Because when people come around me, they can feel that energy. They can feel that aura. And I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I'm just, saying that I'm just, I guess, saying this is who I am. And truly, this is who I am. Whoever follow me, whoever constantly check up on my content, whoever, either you gonna fuck with me heavy, heavy, or you're not gonna fuck with me at all. And I truly love that about myself. I cherish that about myself, and I love that I've grown and you know I've learned to communicate with life the way that I do now. Like whenever I get sad or down, my lows are not as dark as they used to be. And even at the same time, shit, my highs aren't even as high as they used to be. I'm more like close to the neutral zone than I have been in a while, and I've been noticing that, and I've been very aware of that, and I love that about myself. And I just say all that to say this: we need to individually as people, we need to check in on ourselves. We need to identify the things that we like within ourselves more often than we identify the things that we don't like, because it's so easy just to be a pessimist. It's so easy to say, oh, I ain't shit, I ain't this, I ain't that. It's like, no, bro, give yourself an opportunity to pat yourself on the back for all the stuff that you are, rather than all the things that you aren't. I recently linked with a person, and I was really trying to drill that in their head, but not to the point where I was just overly doing it, even though I don't know, who knows? Maybe I was being extra, but like I said, I just go back to me being strong. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you, bro. I give you my heart. I give you whatever I can share with you for real, and that's really just the type of person I am. And I think it would do us all some good to do some personal inventory and be like, how do I come off to other people? Let me put myself in their shoes, even if somebody tripping on you, like I got